Pretty sure I can hear my kid screaming random things in the background, so let's hope that doesn't keep up. Yo, Dustoff, how you doing? Should move these so I'm not constantly setting that down right in front of the microphone. A giant interview. Oh, good luck, good luck, good luck. Make all the money, get all the jobs. No. Shouldn't have. But you can blame me afterwards if that makes you feel better. Gonna start GCL and RCL. Gundam and Riftbound. I mean, they just took out Riftbound's digital play right when I'm like, I'm gonna do a learn how to play Riftbound. I'll do that, and then I just like pushed it off for a day, and then the next day they killed digital client. Like, what's going on? Twice your current salary. Get that. Get it. Ooh. So I looked up single prices on these cards to kind of see what I want to get. And we basically want Enchanted is what it kind of looks like. Which seems reasonable and fair. Yo, Cruz! If you like anime and big robots, like myself, I'm a big mecha fan. This game should be for you. You know what, I'm gonna take this off of this screen because this preview is really mid. And then I'll just watch on here. There we go. I have played some of this game. Jim's like, I call dibs on the Death Skies. So the Gundam show's hit or miss. Some people like really like some of it and hate other bits. Some like all of it. I'm pretty picky. The most recent show, Witch Whatever, has some good reviews, but I didn't care for it very much. I have no idea where the rare slots I had. Are they always foil? Or did I just get a good pack? Rare. Maybe they're always fun. Hey, double dual Gundam. It's an LR. So that's like a super rare or something, I think. I have no idea. I should have... We'll open up the TCG player and price check as we go. Well, there's LR Plus, which is like full... Which is the Enchanteds, basically. Top screen. Well, I guess I'm just not going to show it. What's this card called? Dual Gundam. Assault Shroud. So the LR Plus is $35, and this one is like $5 and going down. 3 costs 2/2. I'm sure that card's good. No resource cards. I assume the resource cards come in the token slot. Oh, you a big fan of Gundam, Sailor? I don't even know what AA stands for, or what the LR stands for. Like, what does the L stand for? Light rare? Like, what? Legendary rare, probably. It's gotta be legendary rare. I'm smart, I figured it out. Alt art? Ah, AA, alt art, yep. Hey, we got a resource card. It's like $1 maybe. Alright, so all the rares are foil, I guess. That's interesting. That's also an LR, though. Cruz was like, I opened 2 LRs in 6 packs, and we opened 2 in the first 2 packs. What, NZ666? What, we got some demonic-ass Gundams out here? How do we spell this thing? It's $15. Yeah, the foil resource cards are what we want. I need to speed this up. I can't be looking up every single card that long, though. So, the first Gundam Wing show I, like, watched through was, like, a story that talked about Char and was, like, over his history. Yeah, every rare is foil. Interesting. So the thickness on these cards is crazy. So then the rares all being foil, that's a choice. Yeah, only look up LRs for sure. You like that thickness? I don't know about that. Where's a card that I know is going to be worthless? It's like, I don't know. That's actually not a bad card. So I've played a little bit of this game, and I did enjoy it. But yeah, the thickness of these, like, there's no comeback. It's like they bounce, they're like they bend and crease much easier. You like that? Interesting. It's considered the premium and higher quality. I just personally don't care for that kind of thing as much. Obviously needs a little trash can right next to me so I don't make a gigantic mess. So are the resource cards apparently more common, or am I just that lucky? Another LR. Hey, it's that Death Scythe that Jim wanted. Gundam Death Scythe. Where's the number part? Oh, on the top. 025. This cheap version of them, $20. These are common. Only get one resource a box. Oh yeah, well, you know, we hit hot. I have a feeling that this one's worth more than these. Maybe. Just from the outer line, the shadow makes me feel like that, but... Oh, I guess the top will tell me. Nope, they're all common. Oh my goodness, these... Sleep. Oh, warp there a little bit. Rare. Some of the art's kind of iffy. I kind of like the default symbol resource more than these. Or at least more than having different ones, but then, like, having the same resource for each one. Give away your deck off your first resource, or your resource pile, maybe. You should buy it to feel something, maybe. It's expensive, but you could probably resell it if you sell it right away to make profit off of it. If you wanted to do that and still get the joy of opening stuff up. An EX resource. I mean, maybe this would be useful if I didn't already have them from the starters. Another light rare. Justice Gundam. The Witch and the Bride. Burst. Activate its main. Choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP. Return it to its owner's hand. That's not that bad. Let's look up the Justice Gundam. So I feel like if I was to sell these cards right now, oh wow, it's only 12. I saw the LR Plus, which was 75. If I was to sell these right now, it's like I feel like I would make my money back. I've barely opened any packs, but I've opened like 4 or 5 LRs. So it's basically, hey Hammy, it's basically like set 1, chapter 1 Lorcana, where cards like Cusco are worth $15 for no reason, and Cusco's what, a rare, right? So like you can open that type of stuff up. That's sick looking. Foil full arts look good, and they're all over the place. I mean, all of them are that. And it's also 2 rares a pack, but it's 24 packs in a box, so it's a little more expensive than a box of Magic cards, but you are getting 48 packs worth of rares instead of 36. But you have less chances to get secret rares, I assume, if it's the same as Lorcana, where it's like, if your first one's not a secret rare, your second one... I guess it's not that way, because it's... yeah, I don't know how the... Ooh, wow, that could be worth money. That is sick. That's fire. I'm like just oogling over it myself instead of like showing it to the camera right during the ad break. Let's look that up. Gundam resource. This is $100. This is basically a legendary resource right here. Woo! All right, paid for the first box. Are we going to go back to the store and be like, I'll take another one, even though I doubt they would sell some. I'm not going to put it in the super heavy one. I don't want to. This one's so thick. I'm just gonna put it in a sleeve. It's really fire looking though. Major money back. Woo! Oh, maybe that's what Jim was thinking then. Shimmery shimmer. It's like textured too, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not. Well, I was gonna play Riftbound, but they just announced that yeah, it's like etched foiled kind of. But they just announced that they're shutting down Pixelborn, so the digital client for it's getting shut down. I'm just gonna like play this as my first resource every game I play this against Jim to just like flex on him. $100 or the ability to flex on Jim every time I play against him at locals. That's a tough choice right there, you know? Hey, Charzuku 2. This card's really good. Alright. So it's a 2-cost, 3/2 character that when you pair a char on it, you make a token, and then when it's destroyed, you make a token. So, like, from the games I've played, this alone would, like, win games, I think. And it's only $2, which is interesting, but it's just a regular rare. Like, there's a store that has 50 of them for $1.75 each, and there's multiple other stores that have similar. It's not a dock situation. I'm not going to be buying it out, but I'm definitely, after I open this, I'm going to finish buying the amount I need, I think. I also bought the starter for the char, and as I had mentioned earlier, like, that was the first show I watched, so I'm only going to dabble with this game. Like, maybe if I played a little bit and I'm like, oh, this game's super fun and this other archetype is better and I want to do, you know, maybe. But for fun, I'm going to be just dabbling with some stuff that I've already played with. These tokens have been way more rare than I expected. Another light rare, Gundam. Strike Rogue. There's too many. I have to know its actual name. RX. Nope, that didn't do it. Is that a G? so bad at, yeah, this thing. $12. Yeah, Bobby has heard that. Zob, Bobby's heard it. This feels thick. This one feels thicker. Well, that's probably why it feels thicker. Charzaku 2. Hey, that's the deck I was going to play. See, you just got to gush about how you're just going to play a certain deck. I have seen that, but we're not going to talk about the leaks on my stream, sadly. I'm sure you can talk about it on 20 Lore. Charzaku 2 resource. Maybe if I could spell resource the first time. Comma. Ugh, I guess we're just going to do resource and look through all of them. Wait, why is it not foiled? Is it just like listed under a different card? I don't even know how to find this, I guess. Like I found this, but not the foil version of it. All right, it's resource 05. Oh, there's multiple pages. That's why it's $10. As soon as I find it, I look up and someone's like, yeah, this is the price. Why are you still looking? You'll probably try Star Wars again. It is up. It was just on the next page. It's just, they're on separate pages, which is unique to this game. But, you know, I'll take it. I think that's one of the tokens for the thing Jim had. I think we already opened one of these ones. Extreme Hatred. I feel like I should be listing and selling all of these cards that are like $15. The fact that I can open one box and it's just like infinite money glitch without the $100 bill attached makes me feel like some prices are gonna plummet, or I'm just like super blessed at the ability to have been able to buy 2 boxes. Starting to see some duplicate rares, which makes sense. I don't think it's that big of a set. And this wasn't the most expensive card in this set, but it is one of the more expensive ones, I think. Buster Gundam. Because it looks like they don't have a in-between legendaries and rares, the super rare slot. Had to get his Lego box. Ooh, this one feels thick too. If this one has a foil resource, then this game has an issue that you can literally feel the pack to know if it has a foil resource. And that means don't buy loose packs. If the big chase is there, but it's not, so it just felt that way. I don't know why. It's just garbage cards. It's all in my head. It's probably just the fact that the packs themselves, they all are thick in a way. Oh, I gotta do squats. I haven't done Nightbot squats in forever. Oh. I did do some squat stuff earlier. It's crazy how if you do some exercise and the next time you do exercise within an hour or two, it just feels so much easier. Interesting. The full art version of the Buster Gundam, it just says Buster like spray painted in the background. It's weird. Weird's the wrong word. It's just interesting. They went that route. Maybe we'll open one and you can see. Oh, there's a little thingy here. Well, I'll definitely have enough of these to do random things. It almost feels like the LRs are the actual rares, and you're not guaranteed a rare in your booster. $20. Back in my day, you'd be lucky to have one $20 rare in your booster. It was the Jitte, and you'd be happy to open it. And you would open your $2 rare out of your $3 pack, and you'd be happy about it. Freedom Gundam. Another one in a row. How much do the regular boosters MSRP for? Well, Riftbound is not for sale. I went into my LGS, and they had the starters for this, and they were selling them at MSRP, but they're limiting them to one regular starter and one assembly combo starter. So I bought 2 of them because I heard you could make like a deck out of buying 2. And it was kind of fun, so I tried it. If they didn't have it there, I wouldn't have. That wing is $20, Jim, if that's what you were talking about. Oh, the pack is $5. Packs are either $6.99 or $7.99 MSRP. What is that? Oh, it just says dual commencing on the top corner, so I was confused. It's like, but it's at the front of the pack, so it doesn't make sense. If you have another unit in play, draw 1. 3 cost, draw 1. That's a good card. You just have to have an Oz unit. Oh, it's a destroyed. Well, we're talking about Disney Lorcana as well. The title says Lorcana Chats. We're opening packs, and then we're gonna do we're gonna talk about set champs and whatnot. So if anyone has any questions about set champs or anything like that, I have no problem discussing that. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a enchanted card. So that's 3 enchanteds in this box. 2 enchanteds in this box. 2 enchanteds in this box. It's a $70 foil. They really want me to go buy more boxes. I was like, oh, I have these War of the Sparks uncut sheets. And last I checked, they're like $100, $200 a piece. Maybe I could trade those to the store for some more boxes. I look it up and they're like $3.50 a pack. A TCGP view as you crack. All right. Let me. I can do that easy. Easy. Yeah. Left screen. But here, let me cut some of it out. That way it's still kind of zoomed, right? Yeah, we don't need to see that part of the screen. Better? Yeah, Jane, that's an interesting part of it. This is crazy, though. Where were these when I was opening Lorcana box? This is just a R+. This is a ++. This is a C++. So I guess that's not a legendary. Maybe that's why it's 70. Maybe that's the real legendary. And LR is like the secret rare, even though it's like pretend legendary rare. And then there's that, and then there's like the super ++s, which are like the hundreds of dollar ones that are crazy. Even though this is a pretty crazy alt art. The regular one is $3. Big Zam. Blitz Gundam. I keep wanting to open them like normal packs, and they just don't want to open that way. That's another, that's an uncommon plus. That's pretty cool looking. They're like 2 enchanteds. Have you thought about 3? I can't type. Only $86. Only $86. All right. Okay. Let's see what the last pack can do. I get my hopes up really high because the cards are all like full art. It just like tricks me. Hey, it's this thing. It's Pot of Greed in one of the most played decks right now. This card. It's not Pot of Greed. It's not even a Friends on the other side, right? It's just it's a divination. It's crazy to me that divination is that expensive. Unless you can, in Yu-Gi-Oh, does Pot of Greed just, well, all right, so Pot of Greed is so busted because there's no resource system, right? In resource systems, a 3-cost draw 2 is pretty mid. The reason it's good in Lorcana is because it's a song. And in Magic, a 3-cost draw 2 rarely sees play. It will see play occasionally, but it's kind of mid. So, but Pot of Greed is absurd, right? But I understand what you just see it as a draw 2 as a Pot of Greed, so that makes sense. And if there's no card, like I play this card, I would play it, but it still takes a turn off, right? You can't sing commands in this game, right? Is that a thing that I didn't know about? Because that would definitely have changed up some of my games, probably. What am I playing for set champs? Well, I played Shark at my first one, and I won it. Humorously, I'm not going to set champs this weekend. I am having a garage sale tomorrow, which is one of the reasons why I haven't streamed at all this week, basically, is I've been going through all my storage and stuff. I have so much crap behind this green screen. Clothes, toys, junk I've accumulated just to get rid of. And then on Sunday, instead of doing a set champs, I might be playing in a sealed Gundam event. There's a pre-release thing for it. Hey, another of the Shenlong Gundam. Just not the expensive one. Is there Pot of Greed and Jar of Greed? And one of them, what? Jar just draws a card? Is that the difference? Shark. I did play Shark, Ruby, Sapphire. I played DKP's exact worlds list and was very happy with it. I did lose in round 1. I got 2-1'd by Hyper Aggro. That went turn 1 Daisy, turn 2 Piglet, turn 3 Lady Piglet in both games 1 and 3. And I wasn't able to stop it in time. There's a world that I might have made a mistake in game 1, but I went over it multiple times that even if I didn't make that quote unquote possible mistake, I was still like dead, like with no draws. It's possible that the 2 super goofs like could have been okay there, but I don't think I drew the hideaways over the super goofs anyways. And humorously, my Amethyst Steel opponent played around Super Goof because Jim, who's in chat here, beat him with Super Goofs the round before so bad that he was popping his followers and stuff to play around it, and I didn't have Super Goofs, so I got the best of both worlds. And then the hideaways dominated my matchups later on. Hold on a second. But yeah, the hideaways are pretty good. I am a fan of the hideaways. Another one of this $15 one. I feel like we've seen almost everything in the set that's not like super rare now. Like almost. Which is a weird feeling after only one box. I'm sure there's a few we've missed. Probably some character stuff. We haven't just instantly opened money out of this box. I'm afraid. Maybe the other box was just a fluke, and every box isn't just insane value. Wins the first day of school, August 19th-ish? August something? Buster! I don't remember how much he was, but I feel like he was one of the cheaper ones. I do like the feel of some of the foils. The foils from these feel really good. The foils that came in the starter deck promo pack were all warped, but I don't think it was from like the normal foil warp. I think it was just the pack in the box got messed up all over. Oh my goodness, dude, like, we didn't do preschool. We went straight to kindergarten. And it was like the first day of kindergarten, they were just like, "Oh, you're not going to meet your teacher. You're not," or no, it wasn't the first day, but it was like the learn your class thing. And I expected us to go in and meet the teacher and stuff. But they were like, "No, you just leave your kid at the front door. No parents allowed in the school." And we're like, "All right, whatever." And when we came back to pick it up, it's like, well, where the heck is our kid at? And then, like, when he came up to us, he was accompanied by someone who was basically like, "So, we're the special needs teacher, and your son didn't say a single word to us the whole time he was here, so we have a feeling that you're going to have to chat with us." And it's like, yeah. Hey, we opened another Enchanted. Let's look it up. Only $90, you know? What is this game? I feel like I need to sell these right away. If these are this common of opens, like I have to sell these like immediately. Like, does it say what the odds are? There's 32 rares, 12 legend rares, and 6 token resources. There's no gambly thingies on it. This Wing Gundam Zero. Oh, yeah, it's a beat prep card. Deals 3 damage to all units. It's the Sisu. It's the Sisu. It's an 8 cost, 5/7. When it comes into play, it deals 3 damage to all units that are 5 or lower, which is a lot of units. It's like all the units in my char deck that I'm playing. I kind of like the way that looks. I don't know. It doesn't look as good on the stream, but from this angle, the colors, it's pretty good. Pretty good. In one box, we opened 2, 3, maybe 4 enchanteds. These are it's like Pokemon stuff. I don't know. These are pluses, and this is a plus plus. This is a plus, but this is like 70. This is 80. This is 100. This is 10, and this is 80. So, you know, I spent $220, $250-ish. It was like $119 before tax a piece. So I feel like I made my money. Unicorn Gundam. I don't think we've seen that one yet. $20. And a handful of cards at that price. Part of me is like, sell. The other part's like, hold. Be a greedy person. Yeah, that's my thought, is lack of product price bloat. But... Alright, so there... It says there's 50 common... This is a small set. It's a small set as well, which also should mean the opposite of prices. So there's 12 legend rares. And each legend rare, I guess, can have a plus to it. And could. I don't know if they all do. Or they could have a plus plus. So there's... I think there's more enchanteds. But if there's only 12 legend rares, and say... I'm assuming half of them are probably the main card of your deck. That's the thing. It's like... I'm assuming they geared it away that you need the legend rares to play. And then the rares are like the backup. It's a 50-card deck with the resources don't go into your deck. So it's around Lorcana in that regards. Hey, we got another one of this Legend or LR Gundam. GO1. $12. I basically need to figure out what deck I want to play. Sell the stuff that isn't in that. But I could also just keep it all and play whatever I want. But then box MSRP is 119. Most places are selling the boxes though for all right. So the place I bought the pre-con for, the starter deck MSRP is $13.99. All right, that's what they sold it to me for. The other LGS in town, they were selling it for $30. And then the dual deck thing that gives you a starter and 3 Gundams for the other game coming out called Gundam Assemble. That was $30, and the other store in my town was selling it for $70. I don't shop at that other store. Definitely something they've always done. But that's what happens when you have one big card store in a gigantic town for a real long time. They like would go out of their way to do good things to get customers and then put the other comic shops and card stores out of business by like making them not able to have people show up for their pre-release. And by like one of the stores in town had a midnight pre-release and it was the only one that did it, and it got a bunch of people, and they like I remember seeing the store owner crying at the midnight pre-release of tears of joy because her store was like almost going to close down, but she like filled the store up with this pre-release like beyond her expectations, and it like helped her pay rent for like 2 months or something like that. And then the next like her store was smaller, and the next set the other LGS did a midnight pre-release and like took most of her customer base away. It had more room and whatnot, and there's a better way to advertise it. And then as soon as the store that did the first midnight pre-release went out of business and closed down, the other store stopped doing midnight pre-releases because they didn't need to do them anymore. They would rather people just show up at the 1 p.m. pre-release because they did both. They just literally used it only to steal business from the other store. Capitalism. Freedom game. Talk about capitalism. We opened Freedom Gundam. It's being prepared to be a competitor to Warhammer Kill Team. I mean, that would be cool. I kind of don't like the fact that I have to paint the figures. I wish it was more like Gunpla, where you put it together and it's done. I understand that'd be way harder to do at such small scale. Hey, we got another one of those death scythes that Jim wanted. This box has still been good because we got one of these, but it has not been as insane as the other one. But maybe it's a more realistic expectation to box. Well, nope, or we're just going to open one right there. See, you just got to complain. You got to complain. It looks like some comic book card. It's only $44. Pfft. Apparently, it's not a very good one. If this unit has fire or more attack power and is attacking an enemy unit, choose one enemy unit, deal 2 damage to it. That's not that bad at all, honestly. I'm pretty but you have to put, it has to be the same. It has to be Zaft in general to pilot it, right? And to link it, it has to be a Zaft trait. So I can't put Char on that, correct? Because I think Char would fulfill that on his own. Because it gives +2/+1, and then I think when it attacks, it gets +1. So that would trigger it by itself. So if you could put Char on it, I think it'd be really good. Otherwise, that's why it's not good enough. You can use that other character, though. His command gives something +2, but that's still 1 short. So you'd have to have a pilot on it and use the pump spell to get that extra burst. A third of MSR box only. I know, right? A third of the price of the box in one card? Pfft, not near good enough, Bobby. I've been spoiled by these other enchanteds. 2 enchanteds a box so far. Jeez, it's so many cards though. I feel like 2 boxes and I have all the commons and uncommons I will need for the entire set. I've got 3 of these. I just recognize it from the it's just like so dark and blue. It just looks so much different than all the others. Choose one enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than this. Deal 1 damage to it. +2/+1. It's not bad. And she's Neo Zeon, so she can fly all of the good stuff. I mean, that's probably a pretty good pilot. Depends on how much the 1 damage matters. Like, are we in a dump truck meta or not? I was wrong. You can pilot with any team, just Link has to be. Okay. Well, then that means that this card seems like pretty good. Right? Like, let me find this character. No, that's the full frontal, which is a weird name for Char, but you know. Oh, he's only a 1/1, so he would. It's not enough. You would have to also have some ignitation. Boy, I can never say this. Indignation. Oh my goodness. Aluminum. Yeah, just not the rush part that's important. Hey, 2 Char Zuku. Zuku is like the guy from Avatar. Zaku. I don't remember how it's pronounced. It's like the Red Devil or something like that. I can't remember what they called it in the show. Well, that looks fancy. Perfect strike. Hey, we got 4 of this card. I mean, who knows? Maybe drawing cards could be what we want to do. Only 3 packs left. Zuko, the Bluey Spirit. Heyo. And another one of those. Alright, how much do we think this resource is going to cost? It's not a ++, so it's probably only going to be 10. This is the 04 plus. $20. Not bad. It's basically an LR. Heyo, we got a full set of this card. Saved myself $4. Gotta give it that slap. It's gonna be a foil one of these and one of these. Nope. Battle of Aces. It's interesting. These are all like $1-ish a piece on TCG Player at the moment. I should probably sell them. Because I doubt that they will maintain that price point. Like, they're all actively actually lower now than they were when I was just looking at them earlier, because now they're like 90 cents. These ones a little more, the ones people like. This was this one. I feel like it also went down. People are opening and listing, things going down, down, down. Gundam Aerial. Oh, that's a beta edition. We gotta just look at the set. So the most expensive card is only $110. So we opened like the third most expensive card, and it's a plus plus. We opened a few of these Witch and the Brides, so that makes me feel like the card is good if the most expensive card is it and it's alternate, right? What is this? Draw 2, then discard 1. Only cost 1? Now that is a card. Overflowing, and it's an uncommon, so there should be a bunch in here, right? That's a good sign for the game. So we opened the third and fourth most expensive cards in the set, and the eighth and ninth. I don't even see that other card we opened up here, but it should be up there above these. Why? Interesting. I feel it's sorting's not on there, but this card... What card? This card is not out there. It's not on the list. So I wonder what other cards are not on the list. I'm looking at the wrong filters? Maybe. I mean, this is New Type Rising, which is this set. Sort view, high to low. What filter is wrong? It's high to low. We'll do low to high. I feel like that wasn't on the front page. This is so weird. $1,000. It's definitely not like the sorting is broken, probably because there's no market price or something. So we could have opened an L++ that was worth $1,000. So my guess is that these L pluses are like what the new Disney epics are going to be like. So these are probably all going to go down in price. Which would make sense. Maybe not this one, I guess, since it's like heavily played. And this is a plus plus, right? So we opened 1 enchanted. So we got 1 enchanted and 6 epics. There's a lot of epics that are at much lower prices. So we got some good epics at least. So no one's bought it yet. So this one probably just doesn't have fans. People don't care. But like cards like this that they're like, oh, you know, it's got some Princess Gundam character and it's also really good. Add this card to your hand while this unit is blue. It gains repair. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I do want to play this game some more, but alas, I can do that on my own time. So I will be streaming again later tonight. There may or may not be a surprise ICL match tonight. That may or may not be something that's happening. You can watch it on your phone during your pre-release. I would probably, let's see, for set champs. I do think that it's probably best to play, like, if no one in your area is going to play Shark, or the Ruby Sapphire players are only going to be playing Shark, and there's not very many of them, I could see playing traditional Steel Song so you can beat up on the Amber Steel aggro. I'm assuming that a large percentage of the meta is Amber Steel aggro, or like Emerald Amethyst tempo or whatever, and as long as they don't hit your whole new worlds and you draw them off your aerials, like, you should be fine, in my opinion, on both of those matchups. And it's just like against the Sharks, you need to have your Zeuses to take them down, and if you can afford to do that, then it's like one of the better Ruby Sapphire matchups the deck has been able to play against for a long time. Depends on if you like Magic still, Bobby. I heard there were 2 cards in this set that got banned from Standard before the set came out, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how much that's true, but that was what they were talking about at the LGS when I was buying Gundam. But I'm bored. I mean, you could go gamble on some Gundam and then try to turn around and sell the stuff fast enough. Like, when I end the stream, there's a high chance I just need to list some stuff. As cool as it would be to flex this on Jim every time we played. Three cards were banned from the new set. Bobby was gonna try Riftbound, but then the terrible news today came out. We all wanted to play Riftbound. I don't recognize these robots. I thought they said there were 6 of these. They literally all look the same to me. Robot blind. So what should you play for set champs? I mean, Amethyst Steel's also a really good choice. I think it can beat all of the Ruby Sapphire lists. It can be aggressive, it can just burn them out, and it can play the removal to take down the aggressive lists. And since you have, especially since you have some experience playing that archetype, I think it's a fantastic deck to try out. What happened to Riftbound? They basically came out and said that they closed Pixelborn down. They came out with digital like conditions required, and Pixelborn will not meet them, so they're closing Pixelborn for Riftbound. Which is unfortunate. the last 3 Emerald green cards I opened were the same card. But I do think Steel Amethyst would be a great choice. Yeah, why can't I have nice things? Well, because they don't get to tax us or sell our... The reds on that look different. This top one looks pink and the bottom one looks red. This card itself, this LR is just brighter. The Buster, he busted through with his better ink. Yeah, the LRs look different. Interesting. So I have 2 of the Wing Gundam Zeros. This game's weird. So there's colors, but then there's alliances. So it's like, just because a card's in the color doesn't even mean you get to play it in your deck. Like it does with the pilots, I guess, but like... If you want the... did I open 3 of this, actually? Or I think I opened 5 of these. I did. Annoying. 2 boxes getting 5 of a card. 5 of a rare. I mean, I guess that's not that uncommon. It depends on how many of the base rares in general I have duplicates of. We wanted at least 4 of them. So I've just been playing like this Char beatdown deck. So there's 4 colors, and then there's like Earth Federation, Academy, Neo Zeon, Operation Meteor? I don't even know what that's from. Triple Ship Alliance, like what? Earth Alliance trait, and then some names, so... Which kind of matters if you want the right pilots, and then some synergies. I guess also, like, you can be a little more bendy than what I was told the first time I played it. Oh, this guy's probably... Yep, this is his pilot. This unit's AP can't be reduced by enemy effects. No sneak attack in here. Place 1 rested resource. Then this unit gains first strike during this turn. When this unit is attacking, it deals damage before the enemy. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Just removal something. But, like, dump trucking a merfolk just instantly takes out the tempo deck. Using a dump truck to, like, turn off a Lawrence is just, like, hilarious. Yep. Till the 7th. Eternals? I don't even know what Eternals is. Choose 1 to 2 enemy units. Deal 1 damage to them. That's not bad. Oh, that's the pair ability. I wonder if that's the pilot that when it's paired it deals a damage, which would be weird that it and its ship do that. Burst. Choose one enemy unit, deal 2 damage to it. Main action. Choose one damaged enemy unit, deal 3 damage to it. Interesting. So there's another burn spell that costs 2. But it has like a good burst and it's much weaker when not bursted. Because it has to be damaged, but it's still like not bad. If 2 or more other rested friendly units are in play, choose one enemy unit. Deal 3 damage to it on attack. Oh, this thing costs 7. That's probably mid. But I guess it's probably great and limited. Choose 2 of your active units, arrest them. If you do, choose one enemy, deal 3 damage to it. I'm just gonna like read every card if I do that. I need to put that down. I hope Riot plans to release their online... Yeah, if they release their own, that would be pretty nice. That the Riftbound allocation is very low. Yep. And Kamitor, hello. Let's refresh and see how many of these card prices have just dropped in a few seconds. None. Not allowing any simulators that automate gameplay, reduce social aspect, or provide matchmaking is absurdly irritating. So, they're fine with Tabletop Simulator. But they don't want you to have a digital client that they don't make. Hopefully, yeah. It does feel like a weird trend that some games are trying. Like, is it Flesh and Blood that are like, it's in our name, you have to be in person to play it. Like, no digital client. Which I basically will never play Flesh and Blood because of. I'm morally opposed to that stance that greatly. I think if I was to play in a set champs, though, I personally would probably play a Hoffen of some sort. Or I would get really crazy and play like a full singleton. Since I've already won a set champs playing DKP Shark. I think if you're willing to play any deck and it doesn't, like, you feel fine with every archetype and you just want to win no matter what, Shark is probably your best bet. If you are really in-depth in your local meta knowledge, well, you probably can figure out which deck to counter that. But it would probably end up being Shark or Steel Song. Like, if the aggro decks are a little too aggressive leaning, then it might be right to play traditional Steel Song or playing the mid-range lists that Sky plays. Just depends on which side of the fence the whole new world fence you fall. I do finally have 2 dump trucks. I know after I saw JDR's list for dump trucks, I wanted to try it. And then I saw Wochuck did well with it. It's like, I really want to play some dumpies, but I don't own them somehow. Spending all my money on Gundam instead of buying dump trucks. So silly, obviously. Yeah, I know he's cheap. I just didn't buy it. I just haven't bought him. I was even at my LGS today and I forgot to go look for the other two I still need. I'll try to remember to grab those. Oh, I need to find Pirate's Lives for Sky if he wants to use them. I guess he would need to come get the sharks too if he was going to play that. I guess that's some news over the last week is that Sky joined Maelstrom. So we're up to 7 members now. I won't have to play in the ICL now. Darn. I was kind of looking forward to maybe being forced into playing, be like, well, I have to play, so we hit the thing. But I think it's just probably better overall if I don't play, so I can maintain keeping an eye on production and not, like, distracted. I would just assume, like, I would be playing a game and not paying attention, and the stream would just, like, break somehow, and I just wouldn't notice. Have you played the dump truck deck at all on the Forbidden app, Bobby? I do have 2. That's probably a fair amount to add. Did Wochuk... He didn't play a full set, right? He only played 1. Dumpy's fun. Are you on the rabbit train or the dock train at the moment, Melissa? I noticed you changed your name to TFM Melissa over Lizard Kitty. Did you get tired of strangers calling you Lizard Kitty? I kind of like having the difference between like my name and like my tag. It gets really tricky when you have like, it's like you have your stream name or your online gamer tag, and then you have your actual name, but then you have like the secret tag that people call you when they're actually friends with you. So then like you get the people who think they know you and they'll call you by like your name, and then like instead of your actual like secret tag. I say that, but like a lot of people who I am very good friends with still just call me Luke. But some people can't get on that gamer tag life, right? They just I think Katie's one of those people who just despises calling people by their gamer tags. I haven't run PS at set champs because Zen kept beating me with other decks. I like Brooms right now though. So without Dumpy, or do you play Dumpy with Broom? You dump on them and you sweep them up. I don't think I have the deck built. I need to sort my cards. I kind of like got them all in a mixture from building the cube, and now I basically need to build, like, well, probably sharks or a secondary deck, maybe Amethyst Steel, because it is very well lined up in the meta, I think, even if Zen keeps beating Melissa. Um, I think it does have a good spread. Um, I say that without playing it. It could be a nightmare, but who knows? And then I need to go through and I need to unsleeve all of my uh, sets 1 through 4 cards, like the commons and stuff that I'm not ever going to use in Infinity. But maybe I leave them sleeved. It's hard to say. Like, I'm getting more sleeves in, but I'm swapping colors because Heavy Play came out with like 4 new colors, which are pretty cool. Like a teal, an orange, a yellow, and maybe pink. And so I'm going all in on orange. I kind of wanted to go yellow, but, well, I didn't even, like, when I made this decision, I didn't even like have the concept of Sky joining the team. But now that he's joined the team, it's a good thing I didn't go for yellow because he always plays yellow sleeves. And then the other half of the team is all playing like teal or pink yellow. Deceptive late game power. How you doing, Mo? Kurt got a hold of you, right? Using my government name. You heard you're running puppies tomorrow. Wow, that's some. I mean, I lost to puppies at Worlds. Uh, I was not very happy with the turn 1 puppy, turn 2 puppy, or puppy Daisy 1 2. But I mean, the deck did what it was meant to do, right? Win on the play. Santa in July, playing Christmas, eh? You gonna undermine some folks? Emerald Ruby was one of the fun decks. I bought cards. I did buy some cards based on speculations and rumors for post rotation. Um, and I bought mostly things I just didn't have already that I kind of already wanted to. I bought a play set of foil Lilos. I don't know if that card's going to be busted or not. I don't have a game plan for it outside of, like, it's so fun. Um, all the Worlds decks I tested it in, which was the green Ruby, the Emerald Ruby discard deck, double singing with Ursula 3, and then like just playing a Hypnotize or something, and then playing that, readying the Ursula 3, and then double singing something else was just so powerful, and it won so many games. Uh, just have to hope Ursula 3 gets reprinted, which, if they, I'm assuming it won't, based on them trying to change the game up a lot. There's only so many cards they can reprint, right? And why reprint the meta defining power cards if you want people to buy new products, right? Like, the cards that will be reprinted in those slots, like, if Ursula 3 didn't already have an enchanted, I could see them reprinting it and then making an enchanted to help to sell product. But you don't want to necessarily reprint power cards like Ursula 3 when she's being rotated out. Ursula 3 will come back to Lorcana, almost guaranteed, I think, and she'll be very good when she comes back. Uh, assuming that she's still good in Infinity, right? Like there's a world that maybe she's bad, and if she's bad, that increases, in my opinion, the chances of her coming back. They're just going to wait a few sets, right? Especially since they announced this rotation, so every year we're getting a rotation. So 2-3 years from now, they're going to do some fun reprints again, and maybe that's when she comes back, right? It would make sense that they would do return some of the cards later on. Like Prince John would be perfectly reasonable if we didn't have Sudden Chill and like all these other things, right? Ursula's Return, yeah, Ursula's Return. Yeah, Ursula's Return was. I mean, that was the name of the set, right? I'm not crazy, but like, it's kind of weird to have used that. I don't remember her leaving. Yeah, or is it? Yeah, I don't even remember the name of the sets in the game I play anymore. Hmm. Oh, this is a straight up ramp. If it bursts, it gives you an EX resource, or you can just play it to get one resource. So green has two. Oh no, this is green. The other one's blue. So there's two 3-cost ramp cards in this game. So I wonder if green blue is the is that the Cruz? Are you still here? Is that the color combo that won the event to play the big Gundam Wing 8 drop? They just played a bunch of ramps through that. Could you imagine being aggressive and bursting? That's the one thing that Sky really didn't like about this game, and I don't know how I feel about it. He feels that the burst aspect is way too luck based, and what burst does, like this game's based on resource, or like your opponent and you each have 6 health, and it takes 1 damage, any damage source, to take out 1 health point, basically 1 shield point. But you start with this base in play, and it has 3 health, and then you can get new bases, and when you play a base, it basically returns one of your shields to your hand. It like replaces it, but your shields are like Pokemon prize cards basically, and so when you get damaged, it flips the card, and if it has burst, you play the card doing its burst ability, and this one is like a worse version of its normal thing. But and if it's a base, it flips it and then comes in and takes a new resource. And Sky really doesn't like that because, and I've played a few games where it did come down to that, where it's just like, oh, your last card bursted into something like insanely good that does that. Oh, is that other guy green? Were you playing green in your deck, Jim? So that they're both in green, so you can combo both. Ramp is in this. Imagine if they put Sisu as a emerald card. That's basically what, or as a sapphire card. Like that's basically what they did. They put ramp in the big payoff color. Silly, 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 silly. Game design is interesting. There's so many cards in Magic and in Lorcana that are like almost identical, and the gameplay is so close, so similar, but the power level of the cards is so drastically different because of the small differences between them, and the big, some one or two big differences. But it's just interesting how that works. And the 6 Koth Death Guy can ramp also. That's in here, right? Or is that thing also green? Oh. I'm just gonna play mono green, play like ramp and those things, and then I'm gonna use like the char stuff. Although the Char's thing only grabs more Zion stuff, so that probably won't work. Unfortunate. I'm excited for the sealed thing this Sunday. It should be fun. I think limited in this format could be fun. Could be good. Um, the gameplay is very challenge-y based. Like, so if you like challenge-based stuff, you should like it. But I don't know. It's like challengers with enchant creatures. I don't know if I would like it more or less if like the pilots would leave them, like if you had to play pilots and then like activate them to pilot something. But then yeah, I don't know. It's 3:07. I actually think I have to end the stream here shortly. Mostly because I have stuff I have to get done before the ICL stream tonight. I found these in my board game stuff. I think they're Pokemon tokens. What is it? Is this just a damage token, a boo-boo token for Pokemon, or is this like an actual like status ailment? I assume these are poison. I was gonna use these. Oh, it's burn. This is a burn token. Okay. It is burn and poison. All right. I have another poison one somewhere. This one, which I like more. I think it looks cooler than that. I use it for a Pete token sometimes. Like, no actions. Oh, well, I will see. Hopefully, I'll see you all in a couple hours here for the ICL. It is a just pop-up style match. It is going to be casters versus judges, actually. So it'll be an interesting thing. It'll be the normal ICL time. We'll probably start the pre-show between 5:30 and 6, and the first round should start around 6 o'clock Central. All right, I'll see you all then. And, oh, so I am going to try to start doing my daily stream again. This garage sale should get a lot of the stuff out of my room. I can clean this up a little more and then have more time to do stuff so I can actually start streaming again. And so this Monday, we'll talk a little bit about Lorcana, and then I'm going to have Lorcana guests on, but we're going to be playing Mario Kart. So if you want to play Mario Kart World on the Switch 2 on Monday with us in the afternoon, you're more than welcome to. We'll probably, if not already connected to you, like if you already have connections with me, send me a message and we'll do it that way. If you're just in chat and you want to play and there's still room to get in, I can add a friend code or something. I can have someone put a friend code in and we can add through that way. We'll figure something out so we could all play some Mario Kart. And I'm going to do that on Monday, after the weekend, obviously. Hopefully I'll have more epic Gundams from the pre-release, but I will chat with you all later tonight. Bye. I should raid someone and not just in my stream though. I'm so silly. I'm so silly. Mighty Keith is streaming Pokemon right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna raid Mighty Keith. Enjoy some random Pokemon stuff. Alright, bye.